Hello, welcome to the Crit Couch. I'm Michael, and my God, this thing will not stop.
And I'm Skylar, and it really won't.
Okay, so this is our.
I've seen this happen like 20 times now.
So we are playing Mega Man X here. This is just going to keep happening. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go to the option mode screen here and make a very vital change, and that is changing dash to the shoulder button.
What? Why is that?
Because when you start dealing, once you get the dash and you start doing the jump and dash combos, it's just way easier than mashing two buttons that are right next to one another.
Oh, we get to do the weird like contortion of your fingers.
So I'm going to keep moving Mega Man around here to make sure the game doesn't decide to
as
screw
soon as
us
you
over.
stop.
Yep, I know.
Just go.
So one of the reasons we want to play this is because Mega Man X is just there's like, for me, there's an epitome of development over the previous entries in this series, and it even starts like right there with the way he shoots this Buster Cannon like at the game start sequence, right? Because when you come down into this world, like you just shoot your normal little yellow pellets or whatever, right? So as part of the teaching aspect of this game, you see that he shoots this other kind of cannon blast, and so like you pop right in here. You don't know what's going on.
I really thought that car was going to hit
right?
you.
That was actually another thing about when this game started, was you hadn't seen this kind of layering in, especially like a Mega Man series before. And you can even kind of come to the left here. Yeah, no, you can vanish. This is interesting, honestly, from the perspective of knowing you can pass behind stuff. There's a lot of conversations, say, around like, Super Mario's level 1-1, right? Mm-hmm. About how it forces you to go to the right, and this is kind of an extension of that, in that if you try to move left, you can't, and it forces you to go right, but it also shows you about this layering. And in case you didn't get it before, you also see the layering from the cars until you run right into that little spiky asshole.
So this is an interesting one for me because while everybody's fairly familiar with this game, I think it came out in 1993.
Yeah, early 90s, sometime around there.
Yeah. So I was 4. So there's not a lot of shall we say nostalgia for the game,
right? So
much as I was not a sentient individual when this game came out.
Well, and so this is really in a lot of ways a showcase of advancement. I mean, even right down to these little helicopter guys dropping spikes, and you're seeing pieces of the environment get destroyed kind of piecemeal. So a couple like screen passes back, one more of these dropped spikes would have actually gone all the way through the floor, and so that's it's kind of a different thing to be seen. But as intro levels go, this one does a great job of kind of building off of the traditional, I guess, platforming experiences that had come before it. And there's several different instances throughout this stage, like even if I have words, even visually. So it's like such a small thing, but right here, you see how this back rail stops?
Mm-hmm. And now you're just,
Well, so first of all, if you notice it, it teaches you that there may be some visual signifiers to something changing. But the other thing about it is there's a practicality aspect in that they don't have to deal with that little rail being part of this asset that falls down here.
How do you get out of this hole?
Well, and see, this is another great point, because in Mega Man, historically, like, you didn't have a lot of verticality unless you had, say, like your Rush, like the dog from the original Mega Mans, to give you like a rocket boost. And so if you hadn't read the manual, which in these days you would have, because that was kind of one of the exciting parts of playing this game.
Oh, I remember manuals.
You'd find out about being able to jump up these walls, but if you hadn't, the entire way this is designed just forces you to kind of figure out that you can grab onto the wall. Like the fact that there's the fact that there's like a little drop off here that sinks you down in. I mean, you can even get into this little spot, and it forces you to find out that you can do this. And it's also helpful because you see these little health pellets on the other side here, and so
a little practice.
Yeah, you come up and you're like, oh hey, did you lose some life fighting that giant bee? Well, come down here and heal yourself back up.
The bee that was pooping babies?
Yes, which there weren't bee babies at all, so there's some weird interspecies shit going on.
Oh god.
Yep. with his little machine gun mouth.
Who made this robot?
That, there's some questions about the Mega Man world in general that just are better left unasked.
Well, I liked the little dude who looked like he just shot missiles forward, but he could also squat. So those were his two abilities that he really had down, was squatting and shooting missiles.
So yeah,
It's a
like
leap of faith.
there's definitely always that question of like who built these? Why do we need like bug robots?
Well, bee robots were always something I was looking forward to.
It's kind of a testament to like humans being assholes in a lot of ways. Like these little guys, like when they hit you, they laugh at you. These robots were like made with mocking somebody in mind. Like,
It's like a Roomba that when it runs into your foot, it's like,
it's like a Roomba, except it was made to leave YouTube comments. Like that's.
oh, that was a nice car.
Yeah, well, there's lots of them. They all try to kill me. This is actually pretty cool, I think, in terms of like the different layers of these enemies. Just because you can, the car will keep going, but you can actually ride on top of it, and that's kind of fairly unique as well. In that, I mean, there have, I think, in the history of the series, there have been some enemies that you could do that with, but I mean, this is just kind of fascinating. There's no real function to it.
Yeah, it's still kind of neat, because who doesn't love car surfing? But can these guys even turn around?
No.
They're all right.
And here comes Mr. Vile.
Whoa. You know what's weird about him is it took me a second to realize he's a guy in a suit, not necessarily. I was like, oh, his head's weird. Oh. You can get those like a mech later, right?
Yeah.
You were going to say.
So this fight, this is another kind of weird one for the Mega Man series because you're not meant to win it. So he fires off this little thing that picks you up, and then he starts taunting you. Do you think you could defeat me? And so this is cool because there's that charge from off screen that comes through and just blasts him away, and in comes like Zero, who's like the cooler looking version of you.
Yeah. It's kind of sad when I found out Zero was a guy. I thought Zero was kind of hot.
Hey, whatever you need.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not powerful enough to defeat him.
X, you shouldn't expect to defeat him. He is designed to be a war machine. Whoa.
I'm fucking cool.
Yeah, remember, you have not reached full power yet, bro. If you lose all of the abilities you would, if you use all the abilities you were designed with, you should become stronger.
This is almost the Leon Kennedy voice we were doing.
You may even become as powerful as I am with my sweet ponytail. Yeah. I'll scout ahead and collect as much information on Sigma's fortress.
Zero's actually really fucking cool. I don't know why I'm making him into a knockoff Keanu Reeves.
That's all.
I'll meet you up.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll meet up with you when you get there. See you later.
His voice just keeps changing.
X, I know you can do it.
It's like a voice modulator problem.
So it's a really cool intro stage, just from the kind of like.
What the?
Oh yeah, this is in the Mega Man always kind of did this. It was in the era before battery backups, so a lot of times they used number codes. This was just the Mega Man series version of doing that.
Gotcha. Okay, so like if you wanted to get back to wherever you were.
Yeah, you would input that number, and it would usually load you back in with kind of a limited selection of things. Like you wouldn't typically have a full like health meter or full like sub tanks, because you could get energy tanks or whatever, and it would usually restore you with the default number of lives instead of any extras you collected. But things like boss weapons and in this game armor and stuff, those would all remain.
A question, because most of them they seem sort of animal based.
Yeah.
Except the guy under the elephant.
He is.
What is he?
Boomer Kuwanger. He's basically a beetle.
Okay, and then what's this big dude on the left?
Which big dude?
Up to the right. Yeah.
Oh, that's an octopus. Not that you would see that.
Got it.
You can actually, it's cool because you can come in and click spec and see. So launch octopus, height 7.8 feet, weight 348 pounds.
Built like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
Not quite. So he's
5.3 feet. Chill penguin. So flame mammoth is 10.5 feet.
Damn.
Boomer Kuwanger. Boomer Kuwanger confused so many people because I think that's. I don't know if that's the Japanese name or it's like a romanization of the Japanese name for what he is, but it makes no sense in English.
So now there's a when I guess I correct. but there is an order in which this can be played more efficiently.
Yeah, and actually, we're at about 10 minutes here, and so for the intro, I think we'll stop this round. We'll actually get to that in the next episode. But welcome to the Mega Man X series, and we're actually going to go kill a penguin and probably break some international laws doing
Aren't
that.
they in danger? Why would you do
Yes,
that? Michael!
because of us.
Michael! No!
Next episode on Crit Cash.
He has a shotgun.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
No, you're all good.